ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمد عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما إخوة الإيمان السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Brothers in Islam, we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us another opportunity to gather here today, being Yom al-Jum'ah, the 23rd day of the holy month of Ramadan, year 1444 after the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from the holy city of Mecca to the holy city of Medina, which is equivalent to the 14th day of the month of April 2023, the year after the birth of Nabi Isa, Jesus Christ alayhi salamullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can this our gathering as an act of worship from us. And the ibadah of the Siyam that we've been fasting, Allah accept it and not return it back and not rebuke it from us. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. In continuation with what we've been discussing concerning Surat Khaf, we told us at the inception that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam narrated to us 4 principal incidences that happened in Surah Al-Kahf. Number 1 is concerning the fitya, amanu bi rabbihim wa zidnahum huda, the youths that they were tried just because of their state of iman, just because of their state of believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 2 is concerning a gardener, 2 gardeners, but one of them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with 2 gardens. But at the end of the day, he became arrogant, he became pompous, and he saw himself because of the word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed on him. And at the end of the day, he lost everything. To the extent that his fellow, his colleague, who was also a farmer, was telling him that, don't see yourself, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you is just the benevolence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon you. That was the second lesson, showing us or teaching us that we shouldn't be an ungrateful element to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At every point in time, we should be glorifying Allah and we should be appreciating Allah for all mercy that He must have bestowed on us. Number 3 is the lesson we learn of being humane due to knowledge. Nabi Musa alayhi salamullah, he was a knowledgeable person. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tried him and he asked him to go and learn under Khidr alayhi salamullah. And we established from what we read in Surah Al-Kahf that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Adenahu rahmatan min indina wa allamnahu min ladunna ilma. That we, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we gave our servants mercy. With that of mercy, him being a righteous person. We are unable to establish maybe he was a prophet or not, according to the ayat of the Quran. That Abdan min ibadina, a servant among our servants. Wa adainahu rahmatan, and we bless him with our mercy. We bestow on him our ni'mah. And we gave him knowledge, an innate knowledge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That tells the kind of knowledge that we bestow on Khidr alayhi salamullah. The last phase of the lesson to be learned from this is one concerning a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who was a king and is called Zulqarnaen. Each of these stories that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala narrated to us through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is for us to learn from them and to imbibe in these lessons so that we can use it to amend our ways in our life. The first trial was the trial of the Khaf, which was the fitna of what? Of Iman. The second trial was the trial of wealth that we talked about the gardeners. The third one was about the fitna of knowledge. That if you have knowledge, any knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed on you and is blessed, you must be very humble. If you have knowledge and you are very arrogant, that knowledge is originated from Shaitan. Because Nabi Musa was so humble for him to travel a long distance. Him and Yusha would not know to go and learn under whom? Under Khidr. And he learned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increased every one of us also in knowledge. The last phase of it, which is that of Zulqarnaen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the Holy Quran, as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam passed it on to us, that وَيَسْأَلُونَّكَ عَنْ Zulqarnaen. O Prophet Muhammad, they will come unto you and be asking you about whom? About whom Zulqarnaen was. And I told us, we have 14 يَسْأَلُونَّكَ وَيَسْأَلُونَّكَ means they will come and ask you. وَيَسْأَلُونَّكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ. They will come and ask you about the soul. وَيَسْأَلُونَّكَ عَنْ Zulqarnaen. They will come and ask you about Zulqarnaen. This وَيَسْأَلُونَّكَ, they are in 14 places in Quran. That Rasulullah, get prepared. They will come and ask you. But when they come to you to come and ask you, cool. Tell them, سَأَتِلُوا عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ ذِكْرًا. I'm going to tell you about him. But exercise patience. And we know, at the inception of this discussion on this Surah to Khaf, we made known to us that the Quraysh, they never knew whom a prophet was. So they sent 2 emissaries from Mecca to Medina to go and inquire from the Jews, the Yahudis of Medina, whom a prophet was. On getting there, they asked the Jews that whom or what are the characteristics that qualify anybody that proclaimed to be a what? To be a prophet. And the Jews now told the emissaries of the Quraysh that came from Mecca that you people should go back and ask him 3 questions. If we know 2 out of the 3 questions, if he doesn't know the third one, that means he's going to be a prophet. Or he's already a prophet. Number 1, they should ask him about the 7 sleepers of the what? Of the cave. Those youths that ran away from a tyrannical leader. We talked about it, about the Deciros, the empire of Rome. They should ask, who are those sleepers of the cave and how many are they? We discussed about it. Number 2, they should ask him about a king that traveled around the globe. Who is that king? Number 3, they should ask him about the soul. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. They should ask him about the soul. And the soul, nobody will know what a soul is except whom? Except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they told the emissaries of the Quraysh that they should ask Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam these 3 questions. But he will know number 1 and number 2. He wouldn't know number 3. And it's true. He didn't know it. That was why Allah told him that whenever they come to you to come and inquire from you about the soul, tell them, Kuli Ruhu, tell them that the soul, being Amuni Rabbi, is just a commandment from we Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So nobody can see a soul. You can see the heart. But the soul, you can't see it. It's a commandment of Allah. As I'm talking to you now, it is that commandment of Allah that is giving me the opportunity to open my mouth and close. It's that opportunity that Allah has given every one of us that you are listening to me. It's that opportunity that Allah has given to me that makes me to be able to stand. It's that opportunity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you the opportunity to sit and you're here to be hearing what I'm saying. So it is that soul that is working in us and nobody will see and nobody will have the knowledge except whom? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is this Zulqarnaen among those 3 questions that the Quraysh asked Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we are discussing, and it's going to be the last discussion in what? In Surah Khaf. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam then Tell them about whom Zulqarnaen was. Now, brothers, who is Zulqarnaen? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that we should have pity on 3 categories of people. We should be conscious of 3 categories of people. Number 1, Al-Amin al-Quran. Those that are scholars, righteous scholars, that all their ways of life is to use Al-Quran to modify their ways of life. Those that are propagating the deen, we should honor them. We should not destroy their integrity. We should not destroy their personality. Whatever they are doing that is out of our own understanding, we should leave them with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is going to judge them. But a knowledgeable person that is upholding the tenet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the dictate of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we should honor them. So Al-Ali, a righteous scholar, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said we should honor them. And we should be very bashful of them. Number 2, a sheikh, an elderly person of age. Every one of us, we are either at our teen age, we are at our 20 age, we are at our 40 age, at our T age. We graduated from the teen age. We are at what? At the T age, TY. Gradually, we are going to attain senility age, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already told us, وَمَنْ نُعَمِّرُهُ نُنَكِّسِهُ فِي الْأَلْكِ أَفَلَا يَأْكِلُونَ أَوْ أَفَلَا تَأْكِلُونَ. وَمَنْ نُعَمِّرُهُ, whoever we give a long lifespan, نُنَكِّسِهُ فِي الْأَلْكِ, will be reducing the strength of each of his organs. You want to lift your hand like this, the way I lift it now, within a microsecond. Before you be able to lift it when you reach that age, it might take you 1 minute. The way you can run 5 years ago, you can't run like that again now. The way you can run now, in the next 5-10 years ago, you won't be able to do it because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prolonged your life, but is reducing the strength of your health. Whoever will give a long lifespan, a longevity, the strength of this organ will be reduced. Allah said, are you people not sensible? Don't you see how I've been doing with people? Somebody that can destroy a mountain. You don't need to bring a jackhammer. You don't need to bring a crusher. He himself, with the Quwwat al-Zahira, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benedicted him with, he will destroy a mountain. It's faster than a mechanical device. But at the end of the day, to lift a cup of tea, the hand will be shaking like this. He has attained age of senility and tremor are setting. Who is doing that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why we see this kind of people, we should honor them. Our parents, we should honor them. Those of us that will see our parents, they are growing old. We should honor them. That's why Rasulullah and Quran said, Rabbana irhamuhuma kama rabbayani saghira. We should be telling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way they have honored us, the way they have honored us while we are at the perilous age. I declare you, as they have nurtured us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please give me the opportunity to repay them back in good manifold. It's an ayah in Quran. So our parents too, as they are attaining their age, we should honor them. The third one is Sultan al-Hadi, our Imam al-Hadi, a just leader. A leader that is just. A president that is just, a sultan that is just, a governor that is just, a councillor that is just, a madam teaching your children who is just, who is God conscious. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anywhere we see them, we should what? We should honor them. A king who is just, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said we should honor him or her, or a queen, we should honor her. Like that of Bilqis. In the Quran, in Surat al-Naml, the chapter of the ants. They were worshipping the sun before the bird of Suleiman now sighted her in Yemen. Suleiman was in Egypt. So when the bird of Hupi that we call Huda, he flew away. He didn't take the permission of his master, Suleiman. before he flew away. But on coming back, Suleiman, before the arrival of the bird, Suleiman had already said, if you do that came back today, I'm going to slaughter, I'm going to kill the bird. Because he left out of my sight, he left my sight without my permission. But and Suleiman now put a conditional clause that except if the bird comes with a what? With a hujjah. With an evidence with a proof of where he had gone, and he brings back what? A good information, a vital information. And when IdiAmin came back, the Upi. IdiAmin is what we call Upi in English. He told his master that I went to so place where the sun used to set. I saw a queen and her people. What are they doing? They are bowing down for the sun. At the end of the day, Suleiman sent, Nabiuna Suleiman alayhi salamullah, he sent a message. He sent a risala, a letter to whom? To Bilqis in Yemen. That they should come and worship what? They should come and worship Allah. They should stop worshiping the sun that they are worshiping and the idols they are worshiping. And he wrote inside, Innahu min Sulaymana wa innahu bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allah ta'alu alayya wa atuni musliman. You people, I'm writing this letter to you. Read it. This letter, I'm writing it with the beginning of it is in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Allah ta'alu alayya. You people should come to me. Why atuni muslimin and come and become a Muslim before I come and wage war on you. Our brothers that are killing everybody, Boko Haram, they don't do la ilaha illallah. Where did they see their own future? Even the Arabia, they communicated to the people they want to go and wage war upon before they invaded their community. So all these ones that are killing people, destroying churches, destroying this, what hujjah do they have? Where did they read their own that should start killing people? If you kill everybody now, who will now do the Islam that you are asking them to come and do? So then you are not killing non-believers alone, you are even killing the believers. Where did they see that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did that? Or if they are asking us to bring our mentor now, who was our mentor? Who is our mentor? Prophet Muhammad. Where did he do it like that? So Bilqis, she later came. She showed the letter to who? To her people, her disciples. That see the letter I received. But there was a clause there that come and accept Islam. Come and become Muslim before I come and wage war on you. Her people, they now told Bilqis that this person that wrote this letter must be a very powerful man. And I'm very sure we have a battalion that is going to wipe us off. So let's follow him. And that was how all of them, they now went back to Nabiuna Suleiman alayhi salamullah, and they became what? They became Muslim with total submission. That's not where we are going. I'm just trying to bring out the virtue of whom? Bilqis. So whoever is a reputable person on a throne, either a king, either a queen, we must honor them. As Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had already told us, Iti kulla zi haqqin haqqahu. Every right that is due to them, we must give them. One of them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us an instance about is Zulqarnaen. Zulqarnaen was a king. Why was he called Zulqarnaen? According to the Tafsir, was that what we call kornu is horn. Like your ram, like your she-goat, like your cow. The horn on them is what we call kornu. But this one, Zulqarnaen, kornu is one, plural and singular. Qarnaen means what? Plural, means horns. Does it mean that this king has two horns like that of our animals around us? Wallahu ta'ala. But an analysis came and said, one, he had a very long hair, and the hair, he used to tie it into two places. So like a ponytail. That is why they used to call him what? Zulqarnaen. Another analysis said, no, he traveled from the west to the east. He traveled from where the sun used to rise to where the sun used to. So the rising of the sun is a kornu. Another setting of the sun is a kornu. That is why they are calling him Zulqarnaen. Because the distance between the rising of the sun from the west to the east and from the north to the south is not something that we can just imagine. He said that is why it's being called Zulqarnaen, because he traveled from the west to the east. Wallahu ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, me, Allah, Ana, if it is me and you, I will say, we are going to say Ana. This is the beauty of Arabic. We say Ana, I will say Ana. You too, you say Ana. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna. Even the noon is with tajdid, with shadda. It's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that can say we, and is referring to himself. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Man qala ana falaysa huwa. Whoever say me, we. Whoever use that word, we, for himself, falaysa huwa is no more to be found. This statement is telling us to be what? To be humble. So if you are saying ana, we, awani, mune, you are nobody and you are nowhere to be found. If you are something today, tomorrow nobody will recognize you any longer. Because you are sharing the attribute of Allah with yourself. So Allah is not telling us here that inna, we Allah, makannahu fil ardi, we establish Zulqarnaen on the earth. We made him to become somebody. We made him to become a figure on what? On the earth. وَأَتَيْنَاهُ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ سَبَبًا. After establishing him on the earth as a king, Makanna, we gave him a throne. Makanna, we made him a wealthy person. Makanna, we made him a prominent personality. Fil ardi, on the earth. وَأَتَيْنَاهُ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ سَبَبًا. And we created paths for him to traverse where everywhere he wants to go to. You can see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did for what? Zulqarnaen. Fatima Shababan. Zulqarnaen, after giving him the throne, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now gave him a countable number of battalions. That wherever he is going, everybody will feel that somebody is passing. It travels like a swarm of bees. You know, you hardly see a single bee. They travel in multitude. So, Zulqarnaen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with battalions of soldiers. That wherever he's going, they go with him. And Allah gave him opportunity to traverse anywhere he wants to traverse. Anywhere he wants to travel, any route he wants to follow, Allah made it easy for him. Fa'atiba Shababan. He too now passed through all the paths he wants to pass. He wants to pass. The paths he wants to pass. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy for him. Because they are here. Until when he now got to where the sun set. As he was traveling one day, he now got to a place where the sun set. For somebody to go to where the sun sets, you can know that that person is a special person inside of Allah. See this temperature that we are passing through for the past 2-3 days now. It has changed some of us. It has changed our colors. Some have become sick just because of this sun, this 2-3 days sun. Now imagine here that you have this geographical location. Compare the people in Maiduguri. Maiduguri is very close to Saudi Arabia. Now, people in Saudi Arabia, their own temperature at times is due to reach like 69, 70. And the moderate average temperature that you should be able to, your body should be able to absorb should be around 39 degrees Celsius. So after that, the temperature will start rising, something will be happening to your body system. But that is during a conducive climatic condition. That we are even far away from where? From the sun. Now, Zulqarnaen, he traveled. He now got to a place where what? Where the sun sets. He now saw where the sun set. And while getting there, he saw an aliyah. This
Aliyah is of two interpretations. Al-Aliyah means a cloudy water. There's a water, a lake, a sea, an ocean, but it's cloudy. The sky, like a storm in the sky. So the actual visibility of the lake or the water is not too glaring. So Zulqarnaen got to that place. You too, you have water around you here. No matter how the cloud is, you still see that it's a white water. Even at night, you see that it's white. Now when you go there, you see that it is white. The condition of that water changed to a cloudy nature. Another definition said, no. Aliyah means boiling water, like a lava, like inside a rock now. For those of you that did geography. If you split a rock, there's a water, hot water inside the core that we call molten magma. That water, nobody can compare the temperature. So if you are boiling your own water at home now, they say when it reaches 100 degrees Celsius, that the steam will be under the cover that you used to cover. When you lift it up, it will start evaporation, right? That is different from what we are talking here now. This one is clearly open, but it's still boiling. Evaporation and transpiration is still happening at the same time. And it's still boiling. It's just like what you have somewhere in Lagos, that you have the Okun ati Osha at the meeting point. If you fetch this Okun and pour it into Osha, if you fetch Osha, they will come back to where they are from. Here in Lagos. Ocean A, if you take maybe 1 liter, you pour the quantity of that water from Ocean A to Ocean B, it will go back to Ocean A. If you take that of Ocean B and pour it into Ocean A, it will go back to Ocean B. Yahajuja min bayni sulbi wa tara'ib. Innahu ala rajihi laqadir. Wa bainahuma yaltaqiyani. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that Zulqarnaen, he got to where the sun is setting and he saw this condition of this water. وَوَجَدَ عِنْدَهَا قَوْمًا, and around that vicinity, he now saw a group of people. He met a group of people. قُلْنَا يَا Zulqarnaen, they now told him, "Oh Zulqarnaen, إِمَّا أَن تُعَذِّبَ أَإِمَّا أَن تَتَّخِذَ فِيهِمْ حُسْنًا." As you came to us now, it's either you chastise us, you punish us, you deal with us with your word and with your might. وَإِمَّا أَن تَتَّخِذَ فِيهِمْ حُسْنًا, or you will be kind with us. They told Zulqarnaen like that. What did Zulqarnaen responded? Zulqarnaen answered, "Amman zalama, whoever transgress, whoever do or participate in any act of wrongdoing, fasawfa nu'azzibuhu, he will be chastised, he will be dealt with. Summa yuradu ila rabbihi, and he will be sent back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fa yu'azzibuhu adaban nukra, and Allah is going to chastise him and Allah is going to disgrace him." You see, he's giving them a condition. That among you, whoever must have done wrong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be dealt with. And he will return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is going to deal with him in a disgraceful manner. So he will not be honored. He then said again, that is for the people that are doing wrong things, among those people that he met at that place. But whoever has done the righteous acts, as Quran has dictated, as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us to do, falahu jaza'an usina, falahu jaza'an usina. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not come down. He will use an instrument and human element to reward that person for his act of goodness. وَسَنَقُولُ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِنَا يُسْرًا, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make his affairs very easy. And through us, we will not be chastised. This is what Zulqarnaen told the first group of people that he met at what? Where the sun was setting. Brothers, whatever power we have, we should be very careful. You know, at the beginning of this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "We Allah, makannahu fil ard," we establish him on what? On the head. We made sure that we gave him power, we gave him strength, we gave him money, we gave him the disciples, we gave him the minister, we gave him the ambassador, we gave him the envoys that he's going to use to ensure that he is fulfilled with the honor that we Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him. But he was a justful king, this Zulqarnaen. Out of his characteristics was that he will deal with whosoever has been misled, that has gone astray. And whoever is on the right path, the person will be rewarded. How many of our own kings? How many of our own governors? How many of our own presidents? How many of our own teachers? How many of our own bosses have been justful to us as of today? This has taken me to a point that I need to share with you an incident that I wanted to discuss since December 2021. And inshallah, it will be off my memory from today if I'm able to share it with you. It was an incident that happened in Uganda, 1972. And the president or the head of state then was the only dictator that history has recorded so far, for now, as IdiAmin Dada of Uganda. That 1972, he gave a proclamation that all the Indians in Uganda should be evacuated within 90 days. That they are milking the resources of whom? Of the Ugandans. And he gave them 90 days. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he wants to declare his decree, he will be declaring it gradually. If you discover that you people are not listening to him, that is when he's now going to put a barrier. That you should not go beyond this. But I'm giving you this option, giving you this option. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give a total verdict at once. Even Quran, he didn't review the Quran once. وَرَتِّلْ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. So Allah doesn't give a verdict once. He doesn't want to make our life very difficult. Because our Islam is what? Ad-dinu yushrun. Walaysa dinul usrun. It's a very flexible religion, not a difficult religion. No rigidity in Islam. IdiAmin Dada of Uganda gave 90 days for them to be evacuated from Uganda. Unfortunately, from the person that narrated this incident that I read since 2021, that girl, they are from India. So that very year, 60,000 of Indians were evacuated to various parts of the world. But this girl, she was called Vasanti Makwana. She was at the age of 14 years old then. The girl said her parents, even her great-grandparents, they've chosen Uganda as their second home. Their great-grandfather, since they left India, that has been their country. And they had 90% of the blossom businesses in India. According to what she said. Of Uganda, the Indian, they captured 90% of the businesses in Uganda as at then. So they are doing very well. Before the expiration of the 90 days, they found their way. This lady now said, fortunately, her elder brother was studying in UK. So her and her parents and her remaining two siblings, they need to flew away from Uganda and live for UK. They were there, and you know, aged people, they find it difficult to acclimatize to another new environment. But children, they see it as an adventure. So immediately getting to UK, they started another school, they started another new life. When she grew up, she studied in UK. One very year, she studied as a medical personnel. One very year she had a contract with King Faisal Specialist Hospital in Jeddah. And after leaving work, when she got home, around 2:30 a.m., she received an emergency call from the hospital that she needs to come now. Before she do any jackrabbisi, before she drop the phone, somebody is at the door knocking. The driver has come to come and do what? To pick her to the hospital because there was an emergency. He said, then in Saudi Arabia, she was living in Jeddah. In Saudi Arabia, a woman cannot drive. Not like now that MBS has polarized everything. Even I saw a clip, I just deleted it now, before we started this YouTuber, that I saw females wearing jeans, wearing tight fitting, with their hair open in Medina, in front of Masjid of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've seen like 2 clips like that I kept on my phone. I just deleted them not quite long. All in the name of what? Civilization. What is happening in Saudi Arabia now, you can't imagine it. You can't imagine it. But with the honor of the Holy Kaaba, with the honor of that Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, with the honor of that Masjid al-Nabiyina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina al-Munawwara, Allah will not put shame to that our Qibla, inshallah. And those of us that we have not gone, may Allah give us opportunity to go for Hajj. Amin. And those of us that we have gone, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't let it be vitiated. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. So immediately she put on her abaya and she joined the vehicle outside. On getting there, she had to go to ER, the emergency room, to go and prepare a machine to receive the patient that they are coming, they are willing inside to an emergency room. As she was stepping into the room, the doctor called her, who was on duty. Are you there? She was trying to ask for the history of the patient that they want to bring so that she can know what she will put on the system. He said immediately the doctor shouted on her, go and prepare the room, prepare your machine. They are bringing in IdiAmin Dada of Uganda. Somebody that has sent them away while she was at the age of 14. He said before she finished everything, they wheeled him in. Oxygen mask was in his nose. He was there on the stretcher. His leg was running up and down like this on the gurney of the stretcher. After some time, she tried to do whatever she can do. When she discovered that, the doctor now told her that they need to remove 4 liters of fluid from his heart. See, the innocent girl that he wrongfully and dictatorially sent away years ago, she's now the Messiah that wants to save his life. Brothers, if I keep telling us that we should take care, we should be very careful with people working under us or wherever we find ourselves. I know what I'm saying. A lot of mighty people that they have fallen today, and they continue to be falling at time of Qiyamah. Where is Firaun today? Where is Karuna today? Where is Amana today? We have them. All these people I mentioned, we have them here today. But that's not the name that they are bearing. That their own stupidity and wickedness even more than that of Firaun of yesterday, during the time of Musa. And some of them, they are the people sitting in the front row of the masjid. That even if the imam did not mention their name in their wazi, they will say, I impeach imam. They don't know who impeach imam. For Allah, they don't impeach and don't impeach imam. There will be the nuisance that will be disturbing the mosque. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has afflicted them with the word. That the one who darken the imam, keep quiet, we want to talk. How can you have that audacity to be telling imam to be a kill? To what she have to do? Imam in Korea. How can you tell imam to madam? Can you? Can why? Imam in Korea. Imam in Shetani ba. Iya magana ima bolo ya che we ke gare iwo no so wo pe ni baba olowo e dake afa le meje safa ayojo re sin lowo. Ama where is the opportunity that the madam will say this? People are afa be so ele wọ́n ti sọra wọn di boy ile olówó ẹnu o toro mo afa jo ba iye ran tó bọ́ sínú kànga afa jo ba ma da gbé báàgì la tan ti pati bo tan ti lọ mo ti tan ti jo imam tó mọ gbogbo tafsiri padà wata alaje káàbọ̀ ẹni tí Ọlọ́run ti ṣépè fún Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has given us. Let us be careful. So, this lady now discovered that IdiAmin has not been stabilized despite all her effort. Immediately, she called another consultant. That consultant, she said, is from Canada. But they are working together in that same King Fahd Specialist Hospital. I think that hospital must be where Yahajuja died. The consultant came in. Now said, with this condition, we need to take him to ICU, intensive care unit. Anybody they take to intensive care unit, you are being la yamutu fiha wa la yahya. You are between 50-50 in a state of unconsciousness. Brothers, we are good as we are in front of ourselves like this. I'm good as I'm talking to you. In the next 5 minutes, if Allah sees my soul now, nobody wants to stay with me within 1 hour, the dead body. Because some reactions, a lot of chemical reactions will be happening in the body system. That within 1 hour, the odor that will be radiating from that dead body, you won't believe that that's the person you were together with you after 2 hours ago. So this is the best way we can live with each other. They took him to the intensive care unit. They were there trying to stabilize him. When they stabilized him, finished. This lady, she used to be in emergency. She was there in the ICU. She said all of a sudden, the man just held on to her hand when he gained his consciousness. But was he lying down there? Now said, please help me. He's begging an alien of 14 years that he sent away some years ago. That's why I keep telling us, your enemy, the people you are humiliating today, that you are seeing them as your enemy might be your savior tomorrow. Let's be careful in life. Before anybody will start be quoting Quran for you, quoting Hadith for you, you evaluate yourself that the way you are using this life, the way the power is intoxicating you, will you end well? If you escape it, will your children escape it? That yes, you have all the power, you have spiritual power, you have black power, you want to do for you inside water, you want to do inside money, or everything you are successful. Everything, nobody can challenge you. Is that the way your own children will escape it? Power that is transient. After May 29 now, where will they be? Where will they be? Because of small opportunity, everybody is now celebrating stupidity. Come and see how IdiAmin of Uganda ends. We are saying this because we want to compare him with Zulqarnaen. This Vasanti Makwana, she now said, immediately he held on to her hand. After a lot of trauma that she had passed through, all the history of what happened to her at the age of 14 just came back to her memory. And the way the man held on to her hand, she was so scared that I hope this man has not recognized me. That what he was unable to do then, I hope not that he is going to do it for me here now. But she said immediately, her natural instinct just told her that this man is a less powerful person. He doesn't have anything now. He's fighting to survive. And as I am now, I'm the one that can help him. And he needs my help. She said she summoned courage. Immediately, she just told him that, Mr. IdiAmin, the person in front of you that is attending to you presently, that will help you, and that has been helping you, is one of the Uganda Asians that you sent away in 1972. And I was at the age of 14 years, I'm the one in front of you. He said immediately, his facial reaction changes, like as if a lion wants to roar. But he's powerless. Somebody inside ICU, you can only just be gesticulating. You can only be thinking of what you do which can never materialize. If Allah did not allow you to come out from that place. She now poured out all the venoms, like a python vomiting the venom in it. She now poured out everything that they experienced in what? In Uganda. She said she told him that her parents never forgave him. She said she told him. That is how, brothers, if you want to listen to me and take it from me, all the people that you have cheated, all the people that you have humiliated, that is how they will come and tell you tomorrow. If you didn't live to that time, they will tell your children. All the people that you have assaulted, some of you have taken some people's land. Some of you, your brother have died. He left plenty wealth. Some of you, you stamped or you step on all the properties. To even take care of the children, you refuse. I've ever narrated to us about one family here in Lagos. When the rich man died, finished. He had 3 sons. His brother, elder brother, that was supposed to look after his family, he chose the best of the house that man built for himself, apart from the one he left for rented. He took it and never looked after the children. They said that each of these children, one was taking drugs. Here in Agege, here in Lagos. One became a mad guy. 3 of them, they have no any rental pass to show that their father was so person yesterday. All of us that we are celebrating stupidity because you are one boss, everybody is doing yes sir for you. You know where you are going to leave your children. At whose hand? At whose hand? Maybe your worst enemy is the one that will marry your wife. That is why you should enjoy your wife now. Enjoy her very well. She said she told him everything, but he is powerless. Every one of us, don't let us wait till that time. Let us go and recompensate all what we have done. All our wrongdoings, let us go and right them now. All those sisters that you have disappointed, call them on phone now before Ramadan finish. Beg her with the last 10 days of Ramadan, remaining 6-7 days, so that she can forgive you. She will wait for you at the boundary of day of Qiyamah. If they're giving you certificate of Al-Jannah like this, she's waiting for you there. She will collect it. Some of you are the ones that destroy some of these ladies. She aborted 3-4 pregnancies for some of you. She got to where somebody has married her in a matrimonial home now. She can't give birth. Because all the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has destined for her, you idiot, you have removed everything from her. And anytime she flies by, you say, Kai, Kasali Silobaye, you. What do you want? So all this enjoyment that you think you are enjoying, that you are destroying people's, if you escape it here, your children will not escape it. And on the day of Qiyamah, she will wait for you at Barzakh. I hope you know what Al-Barzakh is. The interface between this world and the hereafter. We are coming back there. Inshallah. So you see that this life is full of what? Deceit. The only thing that can make you to enjoy this life is to tie your April spring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't mean that you should be wearing ragu. Wear good clothes. It doesn't mean that from morning to night you should be drinking gari and go and come with the bed and go say, no, if you can eat turkey, eat turkey. If you can eat pounded yam, eat pounded yam. But from what? From halal source. If you can build a house in my camera, build it and live. Yeah. Don't say, yeah, I want to be, I don't know, Zahid. You are not living a wretched life. Islam did not teach us that. This lady, Vasanti Makwana, she now said, after some time, this man's condition now relapsed. Now became worsened to the extent that his skin started peeling out the way we used to remove success from our leg. She called the disease TEN, techno-epidermal necrolysis. Said the skin started peeling out and he was in a serious state of health. But he can't help because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fighting him now. And that was how he died in August 16, 2003. Brothers, what do you want to learn from this? See how he died. I've seen several clips of IdiAmin of Uganda. He's a very tall man like this, black in color, very hefty. If he's talking from here, you might not, there's probability maybe you might be hearing his voice at Aja. Allah bless him. Allah bless him, but he misbehaved. So Allah finally dealt with him. All those that you have cheated today, they will wait for you tomorrow before you die. Maybe some of them are the one that will bat, they are going to bat your dead body. Let us be careful. Let's come back to Zulqarnaen. Allah said Zulqarnaen was a righteous king. So he told these four set of people that he met there that if you do good, you'll be rewarded handsomely. If you do bad, you'll be chastised. He told them that. He now continue going on the path that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has paid for him. Till the extent that he now got to a place where the sun rises. You know, the first place was where? Magriba, where the sun sets. Now he got to a place that you know where the sun rises. When the sun was rising on some people. So when he got there, maybe it was around in the morning when the sun was rising. But when he got to this place, to these people, he discovered that these people, they are naked. They don't have clothes. Asitru means sutura. They are naked. In one riwayah, he said, as soon as the sun is rising like this, they will run into the mud to go and hide in the mud. Because the intensity of the sun was so severe that they can't bear it. Until when the sun sets, they will now come out in the evening. And they will be running up and down till the dawn of the following day. As soon as the sun wants to rise again, they will go and rise. He said, this is how they are. Another riwayah that I read said they used to use leaf, ashjar, to cover themselves. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. But what the seeker of Quran said is, lam naj'alahum min dunihim sitra. They don't have what? They don't have something that covers them. So they are naked. كَذَلِكَ قَدْ أَخَذْنَا بِمَا لَدَيْهِ خُبْرًا. Allah said, we gave Zulqarnaen opportunity to see all this. So that he too will be able to glorify Allah that Allah has really bestowed his mercy upon me. Summa ajra shababan. He has encountered two sets of people, right? He now proceeded on his journey. He proceeded until he gets to a place where we have a valley. Brothers, where we call a valley is a place that is a low-lying level place, in between maybe a mountain. Right? As-Sadeni, Huna. This low-lying place here is between what? Between two mountains. And that is where we call a valley. IdiAmin Dada he now saw Sadeni, barrier, not valley, barrier. IdiAmin he saw another group of people. They cannot communicate. They are uncivilized set of people. You know, up to now, we still have some people in Nigeria here. Even part of somewhere here now, up to them, they are not still civilized. You know, this place that we are now is a very remote place, if not this refinery that Allah has used for them. There are some places you get to that up to now in the morning, you see their teenagers, they don't cover their chest to ensure that what? They are still virgins. It is from there that you know that this lady, a male has never touched her. So they don't count it anything as anything. It's part of their own tradition and customs. It's happening here in Nigeria. There is a place in Kebbi that till now, I don't want to mention the local government, till now, they use leaves. They live like apes before the evolution, before theory of evolution, the way we used to be in those days. Some are still living like that in this our Nigeria. All this Islam that we are doing freely like this, you know up to now, in some places they've never heard about Islam in this country. That is why we don't need to start fighting and killing ourselves. The one that you think you are doing, as Allah told you that He has accepted it. He has not promised anybody. Because every one of us, you don't know maybe we are going to die in the state of Iman. Some, they be doing very good act of worship, but at the point of death, they become kafir. I've told us about one imam that they were carried up and down when he fell sick. They took him to hospital. They do repair. They do everything. He didn't get healed. They now took him to a shrine. He's a chief imam here in Lagos. I mentioned the location here. I don't want to mention it. And as they took him there to the shrine of the herbalist, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees his soul. The chief imam that used to do Ayah Nasu every Friday. Only God knows the number of people that have became Muslim through him. Only God knows the wrong thing he has done secretly that Allah now disgrace him openly. Every one of us should be very careful. Don't let us mock anybody. And whatever you are doing, don't see it. Allah has not told you that. I've confirmed it. Even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "I didn't be in knows Gaib, he would have done much more better than what he is doing." وَلَوْ كُنْتُ أَعْلَمُ الْغَيْبُ لَأَسْتَكْثَرْتُ بِالْخَيْرِ وَمَا مَسَّنِيَ السُّوءُ. It's an ayah in the Quran. Even the evil that will befall me, I will have prevented it. I will have prevented them. Like what happened to me during Ghazwatul Uhud, that they macheted me, blood were coming out and everything. I will have foreseen it, I will have prevented it. But I don't know what I don't know, except what Allah let me to know. So these people, they are uncivilized people. They can't communicate to Zulqarnaen, Zulqarnaen can't communicate to them. The third set of people that he encountered on his journey. La yakaduna yafqahuna qawlan. They can't communicate with him, he can't communicate with them. But they try as much as possible. They now said, Qalu ya Zulqarnaen. Oh, Zulqarnaen, inna Yahajuja wa Ma'juja. That the Magog and the Magog, Yahajuju wa Ma'juju, is the one we call Gog and Magog in English. Who are they? They told Zulqarnaen, Mufsiduna fil ard, Yahajuja wa Ma'juja, Yufsiduna fil ard. The Gog and Magog, they are infiltrating the surface of the earth. They are misbehaving. Fa'al, can't you? Najalaka khayjan, can't you create something for us? Find a succor for us. Allah anta jala bainana wa bainahum sajjan, for you to create a barrier in between us and them, indicating that this Yahajuja wa Ma'juja, they are living soul. How is their creature? According to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Sahih Bukhari, is that sigarul ayun, they have tiny eyes or ices. Their nature is quite different from us. Their physique is quite different from us. And they used to come and destroy these people that are communicating to who? To Zulqarnaen. We are pleading on you. Please come and create barrier in between us and who? And Yahajuja wa Ma'juj. And you know I said it is in between a what? In between, in a valley. So they are seeking for Zulqarnaen's what? Support, so that it can create a barrier in between them and Yahajuja wa Ma'juj. Whom are the Yahajuj and Ma'juj? Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has taken us to this milestone. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the proper understanding of what we are teaching. And count it as an act of ibadah from us. I said, who are Yahajuj wa Ma'juj? Who are the ones we call Gog and Magog? One very night, the wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we call her Zainab bint Jahsh. We have talked about all the 11 wives of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We talked about the 2 that died prior to his own death and the 9 he left behind. So among them was Zainab bint Jahsh. She was among the 9 that lived after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She was the one that said what I want to quote now. That one very night, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in my room, sleeping. All of a sudden, he just woke up. Tragically, he just woke up. Zainab bint Jahsh now said, my husband, what happened? He now told her, Wailun lil Arab min sharrin qad iktaraba. That, oh, woe unto the Arabs for the evil that is about to fall on them. This hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. Zainab bint Jahsh was the one telling us that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam just woke up from his sleep like that. He now told her, after inquiring from him, that why do you wake up abruptly like this? Rasul now told her that, wow, I'm scared for the Arabs with the impending loom, with the impending danger, with the red flag that is flying like a mast over their head. She now asked that, oh my husband, what is the danger that is confronting the Arab? Not even the Quraysh, the Arab. They now told her that Futihati Yahajuju wa Mahaju. That where the Mahajuja wa Ma'juja, the Magog and the Magog, where they are being confined to, a hole has been drilled or has been bored. For them, they want to find a way to penetrate and come out. You know, it was a barrier that was constructed between them, those people that complained to whom? To Zulqarnaen. But what did Zulqarnaen use to construct that word? To construct that barrier. Now, let's get there. When they sought for his permission, Zulqarnaen now said, Atuni Zubar al-Hadid, give me a piece or some pieces of copper, of iron, al-Hadid, like we have Surat al-Hadid. Hadid in Arabic means iron. Atuni Zubar al-Hadid, give me some portions of what? Of iron. Atta iza shawas bayna saddafaini, until I will establish, I will erect, I will install this iron. I will use it like a palisade fence in between this mountain and this mountain, so that people from this other side will not have access to this other side. So continue giving me iron. I will use it to create a barrier in this valley. After you give me finish, that I have made or that I have erected this barrier, call and fuhu. He now told them that after giving me finish, you people, you should blow like a goldsmith used to blow his. I hope you all know goldsmith. Those are our local blacksmith or goldsmith or whatever. They will put fire inside one furnace like that, and they will be applying pressure or air so that the flame will be generating. He said, you people should be blowing the fire so that the fire will do what? The fire will melt the iron. Till the what? Till the blowing of the fire that have lit. The fire that have lit till the flame now becomes radiant that will melt this iron. After asking them for the iron, he now asked them again for what? For copper. Pieces of what? Of copper. Make how many substances now? Iron and copper. Is what Zulqarnaen used to do what? To create a barrier in between this category of people and Yahajuja or Mahaju. But before this, when they were asking him for his support, they told him that we are going to pay you handsomely. They told him. We're now going to know what Zulqarnaen replied to them. Is it everybody that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed that must take something from the less privileged people? Over the weekend, some brothers were talking, they were now talking about zakat. Somebody now mentioned how Dangote used to pay his own zakat to all the workers that are here. Some of you that you are beneficiaries. As I cogitate about it, those of you that you are working under him that they are paying zakat to, you are not due for that zakat. You are not among the 7 people, the 9 people that they say they should give zakat. But that's not where I want to go. I hope some people will not come and stone me after this, because you are not entitled to that zakat. You are not among the 9 categories of people that they say we should give zakat. But for him to have been doing that, some scholars, some malams, he must have consulted some malams before he started giving his workers his zakat. We are going to talk about it, inshallah. Who are those that we should give our zakat? So, why should the people that their hands are full, taken from people that are empty-handed? Somebody collecting 100,000 and you are still expecting your labourer collecting 1.5 to buy food for you during Ramadan. How can you be taking water from a well and go and pour it into an ocean? They told Zulqarnaen that if you can render this service to us, we are going to pay you handsomely. Did Zulqarnaen collect anything from them? We are going to know. Part of what happened during the lifetime of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was one very day. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out from his house. He now saw some of his companions. They were frightening. They were scared. They were not happy. Their faces was not blossom. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now asked them, "Oh, my companions, what is happening?" They now said, "Tazakkarna bisa'a." We are cogitating about the judgment day and the arrival of Yahajuja wa Ma'juja. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "It's a terrible sa'a." When the time of Qiyamah, time of day of judgment is approaching, 10 things must happen. If these 10 things did not happen simultaneously, then it's not time. The judgment day is not right. Which I'm going to mention the 10 to you now. Number 1 among them is the exposure of Dajjal. Those of you that you are here, like 8 or 9 weeks ago, that we started this Surat Khaf. The first thing I discussed was the issue of who? Dajjal. Who was Dajjal? I explained extensively at the Hadith. And the guy that claimed that was proposed to be a Dajjal during the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sufi or Sofi ibn Ziyad, during the lifetime of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were calling him Dajjal. By the end of the day, he doesn't have the sifa of Dajjal. So the real Dajjal, how he's going to come, how he's tied down inside the ocean, I explained everything from the hadith of Fatima bint Qais. And Tamim al-Dari, how he went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the one that encountered Dajjal. How he went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to go and tell him where he met Dajjal, where he was tied with shackles, and where he's going to come to Makkah and Medina before the angels are going to turn his face. Because there is nowhere that Dajjal will not reach on this earth except Makkah and Medina. He will struggle to enter Makkah and Medina, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have assembled Malaika to stop fun. They will be at the boundary, at the entrance of Makkah and at the entrance of Medina. Anytime he's struggling to enter, they are the one that will be turning his face. Dajjal is the first sign that will happen. The exposure of Dajjal. Dajjal will have been on earth 40 years after. Then the second incident will happen. That is the arrival of Nabi Isa alayhi salamullah, Jesus Christ. He will now come. I think December 2021. We discussed about Nabi Isa. We spoke about it for like 7 weeks. How his mother was given birth to through Imran. We went to Surat Ali Imran. And her mother Anatu. How they asked from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them a male child. And Allah gave them a female child. They confronted Allah, they told Allah, وَلَيْسَ ذَكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى. How can a female child related to a male child? Allah said that is the best that I can give you. It was Allah that Christianized Maryam. Why inni samituha Maryam? Why inni uizuha bika? Wasuliyatiha min ash-shaytani ar-rajim. Allah protected her. She received a divine protection that Shaitan will not touch her. Shaitan never touched Maryam. Shaitan never touched Isa alayhi salam. We spoke about all that. And how Maryam, I encounter with Nabiuna, I encounter with Angel Gabriel in Surat Maryam. Extensively we discussed that. How she became pregnant. And we showed us the proof that Nabiuna Isa, it was the same day that his mother conceived. It was the same day that the 9 months got completed. She passed through all the gestation period the same day. She went into labor the same day. She gave birth to that boy the same day. And the boy spoke that very day. In some riwayah, they said it's half day. In another riwayah, they said it's 1 day. What we can say conclusively to remove ourselves from the state of mediocrity is that within 24 hours, Nabi Isa was conceived, right? And he was given birth to, and he spoke that very day. And that was when I told us about the 3 infants that spoke at the cradle age. We have passed that stage. Nabi Isa will come after 40 years that the Dajjal is on the earth. So we be the one that will now fight the Dajjal, and he's going to eliminate the Dajjal. The third sign that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned to those Sahaba that were frightening about the Alamatu Sa'a, and these are Alamatu Sa'atul Sugra. We have Alamatu Sa'atul Sugra or Alamatu Sa'atul Kubra, the minor signs of the day of judgment. We have the major signs of the day of judgment. We'll be taking it one after the other. The third one is the arrival of Yahajuja wa Mahaju. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that they will be in multiple. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned this Gog and Magog 2 times in the Quran. One in this Surat Khaf, and the other one in chapter 23, verse 96. Surat Al-Anbiya. That is when Allah mentioned Yahajuja wa Mahaju. That we are not going to destroy any Korea, any nation, until Yahajuja and Mahjuja comes on board. And they will be descending from top of the mountain to come down. When this is happening, it's part of the sign of the word of the end time. The fourth, the fifth, the sixth is the earthquake that will happen in the west and in the east. When Jaziratul Arab, in the Arabian Peninsula, there's going to be a seismo. There will be landslide. Example of what happened in Turkey the other time. Doesn't mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not pleased with them. It's part of the junud. Min jundullah. Earthquake, tsunami, pandemic. That's the one of 2021. Corona. All those, they are jundun min junudullah. They are battalions of Allah. Among the, is an element, an infinitesimal element from the battalions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He himself had already said, وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. Nobody knows the battalions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala except him. One of the battalions is one that went to finish Nimrod, Namuruzu, mosquito. You can be eating like this. The morsel in your hand, you put it on your tongue like this, you won't get to your throat and won't be able to come out. From there you pass out. That one at that point in time is a battalion of Allah to you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the fourth sign and the fifth sign and the sixth sign is going to be mu'tarikul ardu, shaking of the earth, earthquake. It's going to happen at the east in the globe, and it's going to happen at the west in the globe, and Jaziratul Arab, all the Arabian Peninsula. Number 7 is ad-dukhan, a smoke. We have Surah Al-Dukhan in Quran. Smoke will just generate from nowhere. and it's going to envelop the whole world. Number 8, Adabba. Allah mentioned it in Quran. Even in Quran, in Bible, it was mentioned in Bible that at the end of the day, a beast will come out. You'll be able to define it that this is the kind of this animal. It won't be like lion, it won't be like elephant, it will be like an amoeba. Those of you that did biology, you know amoeba doesn't have shape. Even octopus that looks like crab, alaka, that one too doesn't have shape. But you can easily identify that this is an octopus. A beast, that beast will not have shape. You will be able to comprehend that which category, which species is this animal. When that happens, we should expect what? End time. Number 9, Tatlu Shamshi, min magribiha, wa gurubiha min tatliha. From the sun, where the sun is supposed to be rising, that is where it will be setting. Where it's supposed to be setting, that is where it will be rising. The left will turn to right, and the right will turn to left. And number 10 among these signs is Ijtima fil ardi. Assemblage of every creature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi ma'ad al-ashara. Congregation of all of us are the promised land that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already said, this is where every one of us we are going to assemble. I told us last year, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to assemble all of us, fi Adul Palestine, Adul Ma'ashara. That is when our accountability will start from. Allah is going to raise every one of us from there. Which particular slot, Wallahu Alam. But we are going to be raised and be assembled in Adul Ma'ashara. These are the 10 signs that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. They will be happening one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And as soon as you are seeing one, then be expecting that the time is about to happen. So, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in an authentic hadith that when he performed al-Isra'i wal-Mi'raj, the night journey, the ascension to the heaven that he performed, that when he gets to the heaven, I've explained to us, each of the prophets that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam met at each of the heaven, when we were discussing about Kaifa taftahu abwab as-sama, how do you open the doors of the heaven? We discussed this the time we were talking about the jinn. Maybe early part of last year thereabout. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he met Nabiuna Adam alayhi salamullah at the first heaven. On getting to the second heaven, he met Nabiuna Isa and Yahya. Because Nabiuna Isa and Yahya, their mother, they are cousins. The mother of Prophet Maryam and the mother of Isa. The mother of Isa is Maryam. The mother of Yahya, the wife of Nabiuna Zakaria, right? Her and the mother of Jesus Christ, they are siblings. So Prophet Yahya was called fi kitabi Yahya, right? After the discussion of Zakaria in Surat Maryam. Yahya, the mother of Yahya and Isa, they were together at the second heaven. The third heaven, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam met Nabiuna Yusuf alayhi salamullah. On getting to the fourth heaven, he met Idrisa. Innahu kana siddiqan nabiyya wa rafa'nahu makanan aliyya. I've told us how Nabiuna Idrisa entered Al-Jannah. The altercation between him and Malakul Maut. He's still there. He's the only one that entered Al-Jannah alive. Me and you, we are going to die. It is from our grave that we go to the right part or the right hand side or the left hand side. This one did not go to any left or right hand side. He entered Al-Jannah straight alive. After one exam that he has passed in the hands of who? Malakul Maut. He's there alive in Al-Jannah. Nabiuna Idris alayhi salam. He met him there. On getting to the fifth heaven, he met Harun, the brother to Musa. Wajalli wazira min ahli surah Taha Harun ahi. If you want to choose a close confidant, tell Allah the person you want. All those people that you choose as your PA, they are your enemies. So Some of them are sleeping with your wife when you are not around. Most of these big men, that they have 4 or 5 children, it's only one that is their own. The other one belongs to their drivers. So the close confidence that you are going to choose, tell Allah. Nabi Musa told Allah, I want you to choose a minister for me, an interpreter. You know, he was a stammerer. Bebele. Ẹni tí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ lọ́pọ̀ tí ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ because of the amber that he put on his tongue when he had an encounter with Pharaoh in his palace. So he can't communicate very well. So he told Allah, Wajali wazira min Ali. Allah, choose a minister for me from my house. He now told, you have plenty people in your family now, but it's not everybody that likes you. Even some people, as we are talking now, they are praying for you. Some are here waiting for you in the family that, but you didn't give them anything for Ramadan, and you are blessed. They are telling Allah to take away the resources that is with you. That the day if you are coming back to village, some are there. That is the life that we are, and this is the way we continue to live it. That Allah will remove all the sinister people away from the earth. That all evil people will be wiped out from heaven. Nah, it will never happen. So it is you that should be up and doing as a man. It is you that will stand firmly on the edge that dunya na de nazo ina son ci alheri aiki kuma ina so Allah ya sa ni a cikin mutane na gari. So that you enjoy this world and go and enjoy the hereafter. But whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, wala tansa nasibaka min ad-dunya wa asin kama asana Allahu ilayk. That is what the people of Karuna told him. Let's come back. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on getting to the 6th heaven, he now met Nabi Musa alayhi salamullah. I discussed this partially between the incident that happened between Nabi Muhammad and Nabi Isa Musa and Imam Ghazali. What happened? And when he got to the 7th heaven, he now met Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salamullah. How did he meet Nabi Ibrahim? He said he met Nabi Ibrahim is leaning on the Sidrat Muntaha of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now let's come back. Why am I narrating all this? Just to refresh our memory. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, while he was on this journey, he met Isa, he met Musa, he met Ibrahim. He now asked them about the end time signs. Ibrahim said, I don't know about Yahajuja and Mahaju. Musa said, I don't know about Yahajuja and Mahaju. Isa said, yes, I know about them. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said is going to happen. Indicating that Yahajuja and Ma'juja, they are real existing what? Entities. Because it can be deduced from documented historical facts that they exist, but which kind of family did they belong to? Wallahu ta'ala. And brothers, part of the things that we should try to go away, to run away from is frivolous inquisitivity. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, this is how it is. Leave it. This is how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, leave it. But you want to know what is inside the deepest part of your anus. Which one will you put inside that you bring out that will not spread people? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Hadith Qudsi, Tafakkaru fi zatillahi wa la tafakkaru fi khalqillah. You people should be cogitating about what you are seeing around that can direct you that this is what Allah has done. Definitely Allah is existing. But how is Allah existing? Is he a man? Is he a woman? Is he a boy? Is he red? Is he yellow? Is he tall? Is he white? Forget about that. It's going to take you away from the fold of Islam. Whatever we are seeing around us should show us who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. So part of the sign of the end time is what? Yahajuja and Mahaju. So they said they are going to give Zulqarnaen. They are going to give Zulqarnaen what? Handsome reward for him to create barrier in between these people. Said they are going to pay him handsomely to create a barrier. The barrier was fabricated with what? Iron, melted iron and what? And copper. According to Quran. So that nobody will be able to climb. Let's now hear what Zulqarnaen now said. That was why I said somebody that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed, must he be taking something from the less privileged people? Let's see the lesson we want to learn from Zulqarnaen. Then we round it off. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to call our attention to something again. He now said, فَمَسْتَعُوا أَنْ يَزْهَرُهُ وَمَسْتَطَاعُوا لَهُ نَكْبًا. Whenever Yahajuja, after Zulqarnaen has constructed this barrier finish, this Yahajuja still they didn't stop trying to go and disturb this category of people. فَمَسْتَعُوا أَنْ يَزْهَرُهُ. Anytime they are trying to mount on top of the what? On top of the barrier. وَمَسْتَطَاعُوا لَهُ نَكْبًا. They won't have opportunity to scale through. So also, وَمَسْتَطَاعُوا لَهُ نَكْبًا. They will be struggling to find a way to penetrate under it, but they won't be able to do it. فَمَسْتَعُوا. Anytime they are trying to scale through the fence, through the palisade that Zulqarnaen has established in the valley to separate Yahajuja and Mahaju from this category set of people, they won't be able to scale, so also they will be digging, and they will be able to penetrate so that they can go and harm those people. There is a very good eloquence of Arabic grammar here. For those of you that you've done Balaga, I'm very sorry. Famastorm. It came in a very levity way. Wamastatam. We have tam and to. Even the pronunciation becomes a bit kind of difficult. Famastorm. Wamastatam. Ziyadatul khurfi. Al-mabna. For you to construct a structure of Arabic in Quranic lexicology like this, it needs a structure, mabni al-fa'il. It needs a structure that will make the difficulty to become very easy. Brothers, for somebody to be climbing a wall and for somebody to be digging under to want to penetrate, which one is more easy? Or which one is more easier? Famastahu, they are struggling to scale through the fence. Wamastatahu, they are struggling to penetrate. That was the hadith I quoted that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam narrated to Zainab bint Jahsh that he is scared and is frightening for the impending doom that is going to fall on who? On the Arab. He didn't mention Quraysh, on the Arab. Because Futihati Yahajuja wa Ma'juja. They are trying to what? To create a hole from the what? From the barrier that Zulqarnaen had constructed. At this junction, whatever is difficult in our life, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala easing it for us. All the difficulty in our life, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala easing it for us. Allah that has made it easy for Zulqarnaen to protect this category of people from Yahajuja and Mahaju. Allah protect every one of us from our enemies, the ones we know and the ones we don't know. Qala hadha rahmatun min rabbi. Zulqarnaen now said, oh, you people that you said you want to pay me, hadha rahmatun min rabbi. This is a mercy from Allah. You can't pay me anything. Those of you that your gate man is the one that is buying abumbu debaki for you, out of the 15,000 you are paying every month, he wants to do something in Ramadan. You are the one that's supposed to be giving him. How can your gate man be paying for your debino? How can your gate man? He can do that out of love, but it shouldn't be every day. And if you continue taking it at the end of during the Eid al-Fitr, you go and buy a car and give him. The advice that you do for it, oh no, you can even from there pass out. But you are taking from him, from the peanut you are paying him. That's why you see majority of this wealthy man, they die mysteriously. Zulqarnaen told them that you can't give me anything. It's just like what Sulaiman told Balkis. You want to entice me with money. You know what Balkis did? They packaged hampers, elegant hampers, eye-catching hampers. They packaged it very well that let's send it to him. When he sees this, maybe he will leave us alone to allow us to be facing the idol we are worshiping. So the man, when he said, Atumi duna li bimali, ama atani Allah, khairu mimma atakum. You want to be enticing me? Me like I'm a bribe. Go by them by bribe and you put that down. Do my suka be put in bribe, but that's what I'm laughing about. We've treated bribe, riba, we've treated it here. And the types of riba, we've treated it here. Suleiman told the emissaries of Balkis, it is me that your boss want to be enticing. If they brought something to you that they want to entice you with, send it back. I was reading one write-up of Professor Yahajuja this morning when transit to work, that he wrote about this former Attorney General of Federation that died in the state, one something Adibola. Professor Yahajuja mentioned 3 attributes or characteristics of that man, and we quote one. I read it this morning. He said the man, there was one contractor that came from abroad when the man was Attorney General of Federation. And the man, this Adibola that just died in Abeokuta that they buried 2-3 days ago, his son was studying in UK. So the contractor that wants to get the job here in Nigeria now went to meet the son in the university to go and buy him a car. So the boy, well-trained children, anything, they will communicate with their parents. There are some that they train that they didn't listen to, they didn't take the training, and that's how they live their life. But let us try as much as possible to imbibe well and good culture into our children. They are going to be our mouthpiece. They will be our ambassador wherever they are. The boy now reported to his dad that so person came to give me a car in the university. And to give a kind of person's child like that car, you can't go and give him 500,000 naira. It must be a very expensive car in UK. Immediately the Attorney General of Federation heard about it. He summoned the contractor. He revoked the contract and he ensured that that man wrote an apology letter to the federal government of Nigeria. How many of you, including me, can do that? This man is not a Malaika and he's not a Nabi. He wasn't a prophet and he wasn't an angel. He's a man that they born in Abeokuta. He's facing his own case in front of Allah now. Me and you, what are we going to tell Allah? Those of you working here inside refinery engineers, you know how many cubic of concrete that they sent to your side that you divided to another contractor? That was a put down on the journey. About QS, we measure that. About cake in transit mixer. You know how you used to do it and how you used to say it. Engineer, Yakuga, Allah. Procurement officers too. HR too. And some of us, the number of years you have destroyed their life just because you want to give them opportunity. In our baka, that didn't result. Every one of us should be thinking where we have cheated people. We should be thinking how we are going to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the people you have cheated, I've been saying it. Half of my khutbah today is power that do intoxicate people. All the people that you have disappointed, go and look for them, even if they are living in Sambisa forest. That girl that you have promised that she used all her mother's resources to pay your own school fees. It is when she finished that that her mother is sending her akara. He never attended the school sat. But she used her mother's money to send you to go and get a degree. All those that you have cheated, you have to go and look for them. Because on the day of Qiyamah, your Matubula Sarai, she's waiting for you. She will collect the certificate of Abdullah from you. Kuma Allah zai gaya mata ce okari gano da any bini. Zulqarnaen said, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving me is far better than what you want to give me. When the pronouncement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala arrives, it will take place. If Allah said every one of us should be sleeping now, we will continue to be sleeping at our Qiyamah. Ashabul Kahf, they spent how many years? Brothers? 309. And it was just like what? Like a day. Uzairu Uzairu in Surat Al-Baqarah is like for 100 years. And when they wake him up, he said me that I just went into state of slumberness. That was what he said. And I said, keep quiet. You don't know what you are saying. You have slept for me at an arm. You have slept for 100 years. Fansu ilahi marika. Look onto your kata onto your donkey that you are riding. Kefa nusizu alahma. How we have turned all our bones to forces. Immediately in his presence like this, Allah said, oh yeah, donkey, go back to where you used to be yesterday. After 100 years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to raise every one of us. If you see every one of us should be wiped away from X office now, he will wipe us off. If Muhammad Buhari said all of us should be sleeping now, some people will be sleeping, some people won't sleep, some people will be looking from under the wrapper of their wife. But Allah, judgment, if you come to pass, and all the commandments of Allah, all the covenances of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will surely come to the pass. On that day that Qiyamah will happen, everybody will be intermingling together. The person that have cheated you, you see him koro like this on the day of Qiyamah. The person that has ensured, your boss, that has cited you unjustly, you will see. Your ustaz, your mukaddam, in your Sawiya, that wants to take the murida that you and Karima that you want to marry yourself. After the tarbiyah that you do the tazkiyah, the card, or the Salmata, ta usul, or the dollar madada, and your mukaddam just snatch it away from you. That very day, Yahajuja, be badin, all of you, you say, Kai, mukaddam asin ya kuni, kai mukaddam di masih kai mutumin banza ne, kai sakare ne. So kai ka kwace mun Salma a duniya, kai ba zai yafi maka ba. Allah, yawma nuqallibu wujuhahum fi nar. Wa nufiha fi suri fa jama'nahum jam'a. When it is time for Qiyamah, Allah will ask Israfil to blow the trumpet, and we now gather every one of us. May Allah let our gathering be successful for us. Inna Allah ya'murukum bil adli wal ihsan wa ita'i zil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar wal baghi ya'izukum la'allakum tadhakkarun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is enjoying every one of us to do good. We all know what we need to do to be good, and what we know to do, what we know not to do. We should not do them. We are the last 10 days of Ramadan now. You know what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam encourages us to be doing. Those of us that can't go to for itikaf, you should not use all your night to sleep. Even the other people in the black society, the people in the fraternity, the occultic family members, they don't sleep. You that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared you for success and you are not sleeping. Don't you know that their own evil mind, their sinister motives will stay. The substance, the whitey substance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for you. And I keep saying it, if you said you have succeeded, you have attained the esteem ladder, the hierarchy of satisfaction in life, you have attained that last stage, which any one of us are not there, is the Malaja people and that they are level that are there. It's 5 ladders that you must take before you get there. Even if you have reached that level, as they are, they must not sleep. They must not sleep. In Katu Damante Deba Jenny, Abu Dana they kill. The story they get Achiwa. You need to keep on asking Allah, Allah Majobaje, Allah Kakabari Ona Way Pachi, Kakabari Ona Way Pachi. When then I kira Allah, Mandapa Baba, Walaja, Ali Gambu Masa Komatuna. I tell you what I want to be. I get a tea diet on my tea when you see, or one so one of the Panza. One Engr Saheed, Kai, how many hours was one lamb Magog, Nadalia, the Tilafima? I shall not leave a bar. A responsible man should not sleep from night till dawn. Tony. They can call you, they can be sending you up and down as you are an MD today. Tomorrow you might be a messenger. Is it not happening in our society? You see a man will sell his 2-story building, sell his 7-story building. After selling it, nowhere to go. The new owner will say, "Top, now some come to encourage Abubuwa change na baka. Stop when you want baby." Gawoli store didana na ya pe maka. Kaka mabiani kudi. Mata ya tilo, mata tate fi. Ya they don't remember it again. Don't go back ku kia. somebody we just say, "Talk, the house that he was the landlord, he now became a tenant, a free tenant here again." You are not saying you have arrived. When he said, "Let us do good." When he dies in Kurba, our family members. You know, I keep telling you, those of you that you are running away from family members, don't forget the day you become useless. I want to leave this your hand. Maybe you have hypertension, you have TB, you have this, you have that. And you are the kind of person that you are solitary. You don't even relate with your neighbors. Because Allah has blessed you. Remember the day, the headache, ordinary headache. We get tantamount to season your soul, and you won't see anybody to call. Relate with people around you. As we are now, we are the immediate family member. Before we call somebody from my village now, the bad thing that wants to happen to my enemy will happen before the arrival of that person. So I need to make people around me my family members. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us handle it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this as an act of ibadah. We have finished all the stories in Surat Khaf. As I told us 2 weeks ago, I have 2 more khutbah to do. One of it is gone, remaining the last one. The last one will be talking to us about the goodness of Day of Qiyamah and the other side of the goodness of Day of Qiyamah. May Allah let us be among the victims that we embrace and that we receive the goodness of Day of Qiyamah. Brothers, this time around we should be more in saying, Allahumma innaka afuwu tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma innaka afuwu tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma innaka afuwu tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. This is what we'll be saying more, and it's the fact. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let it be very easy for us. Our security brothers that we used to pray together here. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to protect you. The family that you left behind, wherever they are, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. The work you are doing, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to direct you. The instrument, all the tools that you are using, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not let you use it against yourself, and don't let them use it against you. But you know, I used to put clause. Me, if I see policeman or any uniform person with gun, I used to run away like 1 million kilometers because I don't want accidental discharge. Some of you used to misbehave because of that thing in your hand. Every one of you should keep on remembering the day you are going to stand in front of Allah without your weapon. I don't know, maybe some of you saw a viral video that was going around. One policeman that slapped one motorist. And those that were following Rara, that singer from Kano State, 3 of them. Nigeria Police Service Commission now have dismissed 3 of them. They were shooting into the air. They didn't kill anybody in Abuja. They were following that singer, Rara. They dismissed them just because of the gun they are carrying. You should be asking for the divine hidayah. And those of you that you have Bible, you can fire and hire. Remember how the day Allah will fire you, fire your children, fire your wife, fire your family. You can't overlook mistakes for your workers. Is that how perfect you are that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept you till today? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let every one of us be humble. You are not saying Amin. If you are not humble, you find yourself on the other way. Because you see yourself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us continue to be humble. Amin. And let us be among the righteous people that will grant Al-Jannah to Firdaus. Allahumma izal Islam wal Muslimin. Wouldn't know maybe if Ramadan will be 29. By next week Friday we might not be here. The majority of us will have traveled. Those of you that will be around, please pray. Don't say because we are not around. Pray. Do your salat to eat and pray. But if Ramadan is going to be 30, there is tendency there might be work next week Friday, so we are going to be here. So Salah might be Saturday. So whoever wants to travel, will travel maybe after Salat Juma or very early on Saturday. Whichever day is going to be, Allah count us among the living soul that we observe Salat Eid, that we wait and observe Sita to Shawwal, and is going to accept all this as an act of worship. Allahumma anta rabbuna, innaka al-afu tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu wa laka kullu shay'in. Allahumma ilayka narju برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين. آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم آت نفوسنا نورك وآتينا وزكيها وأنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها مولاها
بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الارض ولا في السماء رضيت بالله ربا وبالاسلام دينا وبمحمد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك قوموا الى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله